There it is. The Duke is one of the most prominent names listed in those files, and he's been battling questions over his links to the disgraced paedophile Jeffrey Epstein for a number of years. But here he is at the very start.
I just wish to reiterate and to reaffirm the statements which have already been made on my behalf by Buckingham Palace. My focus is on my work.
Whatever that is. The Duke has always denied any wrongdoing and even decided to put himself in the public eye on Newsnight back in 2019 to assure everyone that he was telling the truth. And I think he was pretty convincing.
Problem with the sweating, because I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat, or I didn't sweat at the time, and that was, oh actually, yes, I didn't sweat at the time because I had suffered what I would describe as an overdose of adrenaline in the Falklands War when I was shot at.
You're sweating now, mate. But the Duke is in a fresh crisis. He's now been reported to the police over the alleged sexual abuse of a 17-year-old girl in London after her claims were repeated in those newly released court papers. The police have rejected calls for a further investigation, but earlier the Labour leader, Sir Keir Starmer, said the Met should be more willing to reopen the case. All of this, of course, heaps more pressure onto the King, who allowed him to be visible with the royal family over Christmas. Charles is now facing pressure from Prince William to banish Andrew to the Tower forever. Surely the King must have known that his brother has always hung around in shady circles. Look at the evidence. The Duke of York even had nicknames to reflect his curious lifestyle. He was known as Air Miles Andy for his connection to the oppressive Azerbaijan regime. He flew there over 14 times in the last decade. Why? He was also known as Randy Andy for his playboy lifestyle and love of late-night parties. It seems our Andy is most comfortable when he's surrounded by either dictators or teenagers. The monarchy must now decide whether it can still allow him to be part of the firm. This man has about 5 mansions to his name. He can comfortably hide away without facing questions from the police if he wants to. And when he does surface, you'll probably find him lording it up on the ski slopes or even on the golf course. Remember, this man has been funded by us, the taxpayer. He's lived on handouts all of his life. Even recently, his own mother, the late Queen, had to dig deep to help him settle that out-of-court settlement with Virginia Giuffre. It only cost about $10 million. The Duke of York is a national and global laughingstock and should play no part in the future of our royal family. With all this in mind, is it now time for the King to cut ties with Prince Andrew? We'll take your calls on this as well. 0344 499 1000.